Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Hiya exquisite mini GI Joe Cobra Commander. These are not sold in the US per se. Basically, they have to be imported in, so they're on the pricey side. I'm not going to lie, but I've been excited to finally get a Hiya in hand, and I figured if they're coming out with Joes, I might as well pick up a Joe. And one of my local toy stores, Nerd Out, actually got this in. So I'm excited. I'm going to take a look at it. I'll compare it to the two newer O-Ring Cobra Commanders and then to the latest 25th anniversary. I think it was 25th anniversary, something like that. 4-inch Cobra Commander from Hasbro. And we'll see how it compares. Now, as I mentioned, these are not available in the U.S. other than through specialty stores. For some odd reason, Hiya doesn't have a license to sell them here. They have to sell them overseas. There's a bunch of countries that they're not available, and, well, unfortunately, the U.S. is one of them. So hopefully you can find a place that can get it. I know smalljoes.com, they had them, so you can get them through there. So anyway, there we go. We'll take a look at it. I don't think it's too much. It does have the explosion, but a completely different Cobra Commander. I mean, I know we've seen versions similar to this, but I'm excited to get it. On the back here, they show them in two different poses. There's no file card or anything on it. You do have a nice thick card, so if it's something you want to hang on your wall. But all in all, I'm excited to take a look at this. I think I've spoken too long, but hey, let's get into this. So if you like this type of content, you like GI Joe, even if I drop a 4-inch, actually 4.1-inch GI Joe, that's 1/18 scale, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something GI Joe. Now let's get to this. Alright, so I got him out of his package, and now let's take a look at everything that he does come with. And the first thing is the stand. Now, most of you guys know my feelings on stands. It really stems from 6-inch figures. They usually have big enough feet that you don't really need to have them. When it comes to 1/18 scale, I understand why you have them. They fall over much easier at times. So, look at the stand here. Now, they are meant to connect to the other ones. They come with two little pieces, so you can create a dial for them. And looking at this here, it looks like there's a bunch of bullets. Looks like they're kind of standing in mud. There's one spot right, or one peg right there. But it looks like there's a bunch of different bullets in there. I'm not sure what everything is, but they put a lot of detail into it. And just the fact that they painted the shells, it really does pop, all right? He comes with his scepter, and that has some really nice detail. And remember, this is 1/18 scale. So this is, on a 4-inch buck. It's pretty sturdy. It has some flex to it, but it's not gummy at all. And the detail on the back of it is real nice. Here you have the nice eyes. You can even see like the teeth and everything. So it looks really good. He has a couple hands. Alright. So he has and these are so small. A trigger finger for the left. A trigger finger for the right. He comes with his blaster. I wouldn't really say this is the blow dryer gun. We all know what the blow dryer gun looks like. But it does have a trigger guard. And since he has trigger fingers, now I think that's kind of small for the 1/18th. I'm not sure they really need trigger. But you can see there's a nice trigger on it. It does have the same similar look as the blow dryer gun. Even all the way up here. I can grab this one here. Alright. So it is very similar, but it is more modernized. A little bit bigger. Oh, maybe it's the exact same size. But you get the idea of it. But I do like the way this looks. I like the fact that they modernized it a bit. Most of the Hiya that we've seen are just remakes of the classified figures. This figure is not. So, now we can quickly take a look at him and see how he looks. So he comes with a pointing finger And then he just has a regular C grip, probably to hold the knife that's right here. Now, I'm not sure that this is vac metal, but it sure the hell looks like it is. I mean, I can see a nice reflection in here. So, you know, it's not just, you know, not only did Hasbro decide to use the vac metal on their latest retro Cobra Commander, it looks like Hiya did it first. So you got the Cobra symbol that is painted on there. Now this is embossed. I guess I've been saying it wrong and people are getting mad at me. So it's kind of embossed on top of his on his shirt here. Got some nice paint right there. Kind of got his insignias, his rank. I'm not sure if it's his rank, but it's kind of showing that he's the one in charge. You get your nice gloves. I like the red that goes around it. It really makes the gloves pop. He has the same symbol that's on so many Cobra Commanders on the belt buckle. The red stripe on both sides. His sheath is built in. That's actually right there on his thigh cut. He's got a bunch of little pouches right across there. Does not look like he has a holster though for his gun. All right. But look at the belt. Just the small little bit of paint right there on the buttons just goes so far. It really makes everything pop, and all the chrome or silver that's painted on there. And then he's wearing his is it a leotard or whatever? Basically, it's what the baseball players used to wear. All right. So quickly, we can take a look at this articulation. See how he looks. So he can go side to side. He can go look down really well. I can't look up all that well. Got a T-pose. His shoulders swivel right there. He gets about a 90-degree elbow bend, but it is pinless. Wrists can swivel, and obviously they're going to pop off. That's why I have extra hands. And now I haven't heated anything up. You also have the elbow also turns. So where you don't have the swivel arm battle grip, you have it's swiveling here at the pivot right. No, he's got the little Cobra symbol right there also. Kind of gets lost in that. All right. He can go side to side, although I feel like this bandolier here is going to prevent him. But I don't need him to really turn all that much. I know my body can't turn that much. So, Jean-Claude Van Damme is decent. He's got some pivots up here, including... I mean, he clearly has the thigh cut right there. But you don't really need the thigh cut because he pivots so much at the hip. Also has drop down hips, so that's interesting. Double knee joint, so he gets a pretty good knee here. And I would be cool if they would have painted right across there, but again, costs and everything, we know how that goes. No boot cut. All right, his ankles go up and down, and they can swivel side to side. So nice looking figure. I can just say that right away. Looking at him, really nice looking figure. His hand popped off. So he has the same type of Mezco joint here. So you get this hard ball joint at the wrist. And then we're going to take the trigger finger. He's going to pop that right on. All right. So now he has trigger finger. That's not his. We can make his with the trigger guard. Let's see if we can get that finger to actually pop in there. I think you might need to do a little bit of finagling there because that is a really, really tight fit. I don't think this finger is going to cut in there. So it would have been better just to not even have the trigger guard, in my opinion. But I think you can get away with it. I mean, it looks fine. Really not going to see too much of an issue there. Then you obviously have this right here, the peg. I'm going to pop this right on here, and it fits on pretty good. All right, kind of set him right there. See how he looks. But let's compare him to the modern 4-inch. Now, this is the figures that were the Walmart exclusives. Figures went falling down. This is the figure that was at Walmart not too long ago. Actually, now it's been a few years. Now, he stands 4.1 inches is what it said. Now, looking at these two, they seem to be the exact same height. Matter of fact, the Hasbro one might be just a tiny bit bigger. All right? But all in all, when you look at how these are made, you know, his head doesn't go up and down. Yeah, I guess it does. It goes up more than anything. He doesn't have the thigh cut, and his don't swivel. So this does have that articulation added. Pretty much very similar ankles. Double knees, just not pinless. Single jointed elbows, but his don't bend all that much. This is truly on the base of a Super 7 Ultimate. And wow, I wasn't reviewing figures all that well. If I was reviewing, I don't think I did any of these figures. So, very similar articulation. His are much better. I do understand the hands. A lot of people talked about how they seem very loose. I can fully get that. But they kind of remind me of the Mezco. And Mezco come out really easily. So if you compare these two, you can see there's a very similar look for the suit that he's wearing. All right. They gave him the Wookiee braids. I don't really know what they're called. Much better paint on it. I like this dark blue. The vac metal is really cool. I like giving him a different helmet. It's just something different. Of course, I absolutely love the original, but it is nice to see something that's a little bit different. Stripe down his leg. I like the fact that there's no break in here. All right, that takes away so much, to be honest. None on this side, which I believe that's how the original was. But if you're willing to spend a nice penny because you really like 4-inch figures, I think these figures are going to be pretty good for you. Now, if you have something like this, let's take a look at this stand here. And it looks like it uses the same size as the modern 4-inch, which is nice. It makes it easier for people to swap things around. Here we have this Hiss tank. This was once again the Walmart exclusive. It has a smaller pegs on the back. And we'll quickly see if we can fit him onto it. And he stands perfectly fine on that. So not that bad right there. I did review this a long time ago. I reviewed one of them. Can he fit into one of these Hiss tanks? A lot of people might be wondering. I can tell you he will not fit properly in a original vintage one because the seat is changed. Because their legs are longer, they had to cut a piece out. So he's going to struggle, I think, to get all the way down in here. Oh, there you go. If you push him down, this guy's going to crash into it. There we go. Push him all the way down. And now you're going to have him driving the Hiss tank along with this Skeletron Wolf Trooper manning the turret. All right. I forgot to look at this too. So you have the knife here. Comes out. It is flexible. It is fairly sharp. It's got the nice Cobra on the top there. Handle's good, but I just love the fact that they give it a silver blade. Now I did show you the drop down hips. He can go pretty much sit straight down if he wants to. So take this Stinger. This was the the one that came out of nowhere a few years ago that not everyone got. Just this weird one-off, and everyone kept waiting for more vehicles. I'm not sure if he's going to fit properly in here, as this technically is made for the O-ring, which is 3.75. I don't think these are going to fit, because you can't get his feet or his legs to go completely straight. Sorry about that look there. And unfortunately, these legs really need to go straight. And they're going to stick out. So he's too big for the Stinger, where I could take this Cobra Commander. This is from the HasLab. All right. Let's throw this right down in here, and you can see how he fits in there. All right. But if you wanted to see, I probably should have showed you this. I apologize. I'm kind of all over the place with this right now. There's a huge height difference. A huge height difference. One whole head. I know. That's what she said. But there you go. That is your Hiya Mini Exquisite. Or Exquisite Mini. And I gotta say, I've heard good and I've heard bad things about these figures. And, well, in Hiya and in general. And I do have to say that I think this plastic feels really good. It doesn't feel soft. It doesn't feel like anything's going to break on me. I feel like I can take it out and mess around with it, play around. So I'll be interested. I'll probably pick up a couple more if they get a few more in and see how they are and see if they continue to impress me. So there you go. Hiya Cobra Commander. All right, so there you go. That is the Hiya Cobra Commander. I am pretty impressed with this. I kind of had canceled the Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Not kind of. I fully canceled the Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. I'm regretting that because they are worth so much right now. And I don't know if they're going to ever remake them, put some more out there. But I wasn't going to go on these. And then, like I said, Nerd Out got it. I said, you know what? I want to go over that. I do want to support the guy because unfortunately he had a fire next to him. So he has a lot of damaged product. This just came in. So he opened up just for the weekend so he could sell some of his new product. And also try and get rid of some of his old stuff. So if you're in Michigan, in the Detroit area, check out Nerd Out. Give the guy a little bit of support. Randy is a good guy and has a good store. Now back to this guy. So yeah, I did pick this up, obviously. I would recommend it if you like 4-inch figures. He's about $45 though. It's pricey. I don't know why Hasbro won't allow Hiya to sell to the US for this. They sell all kinds of other stuff. I think it has something to do with either they were going to come out with the 4-inch figures and do 4-inch again, or they assumed the O-rings are going to do so well that Super 7 is doing that they didn't want to license them to sell in the US. So a company has to go through third party to get it. It's probably more than you want to know. You probably just wanted to get this figure. But listen, you've stayed this long. Take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave something else of the 1/18 scale that you're going to love. And down here will be a playlist of all kinds of 1/18 scales that I've reviewed. Take care.